Welcome everyone. Today is January 6th, a special day in the church year known as Epiphany. It's the end of the 12 days of Christmas, so now you can take down those Christmas decorations as we move into this new season. And although it marks some familiar faces in the Christmas story that we often associate with it, the Epiphany is about the story of the coming of the magi, or we might say the coming of the three kings. We get that story in Matthew chapter 2, and that's the continuation of that story, where it recounts the magi from the east coming to pay homage to the newborn king and bearing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These offerings, these extravagant offerings of gold, right, money, gifts, and also special incense and ointments that would honor this new king. Now, I love this story for a couple of reasons. There's an Old Testament book, Isaiah, and in Isaiah chapter 60, it makes this promise. It says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For darkness shall cover the earth, and thick darkness the peoples. But the Lord will rise upon you, and his glory will appear over you." And then it skips down. "A multitude of camels shall cover you. The young camels of Midian and Ephah, all those from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and frankincense, and shall proclaim the praise of the Lord." So you can see, even long ago, Isaiah writing this long before the birth of Jesus, God is making this promise that the light is coming. And this is a time in Israel's history in which they're scattered, they're in exile, they're in a foreign country, they've been defeated and conquered. It is a dark, dark time for them. But the prophet Isaiah makes this promise that God is going to make them whole again. He says, "Arise," right? Don't be laid low and in this deep, depression, but arise, stand up, and shine, for the light has come. Yeah, I think for many of us, we felt like we've been living in a rather dark time in our history. But this Epiphany, we're reminded that that promise is still just as true for us. Arise, shine, for your light has come as well. And then these wise men, right? They come from afar bearing these gifts. That would have been a really far distance. It's not just local. They probably were in places like Persia, or if it's the Old Testament here, it would have been Midian and Ephah and Sheba, but from far off places, maybe 800 miles in the ancient world. Traveling that was no picnic, but they took on that journey so that they could honor the king. I'm sure it was a long, hard journey, and yet it was worth it to them because they got to behold for themselves the glory of the new king who had come to set the world right again, to bring the light in the darkness. Now, I know for many of us too, it's been a long journey. But today, on Epiphany, we remember to behold the King of glory and the light of the world, the hope of the world that God is making, that God has stepped into in the Christmas story. And we get to bear witness to it. After all, that's what the word Epiphany literally means. It means to appear. God appears to us so that we can see the light and so that we can bring our gifts and bear the light. So as we celebrate the new year and the new king, and often we'll make new resolutions in the new year, I wonder what they might be. What gifts will you bear before the Lord as you bring them before the king? What journey is God calling you to embark on yourself? How might you behold and see the light? Stand up, arise, shine, for the light has come in this dark world. Remember that it didn't just happen by the wise men sitting back and waiting for it to happen. They took the journey, the long road. They set out to see for themselves firsthand this new glory that had entered into our world. And so once again, how will you set out the new year to bear witness to the true King? And how will you bear that light once you've seen it? Where will it take you so that others might see, arise and shine, that the light is beaming in our world of darkness? People of God, happy Epiphany to you. May the peace of Christ be with you as we embark upon this journey of faith together.